The Galaxy S25 lineup just released, and let's be honest, it's kinda looking the same. And it's not just Samsung, Apple is doing the exact same thing. So the question is, do we really need new phones every year? So first of all, get your coffee and let's play a quick game. Can you actually tell the difference between these three phones? One of them is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max, and the 14 Pro Max. Can you tell which one's which? Drop your guesses in the comments. Now let's move on to Samsung's. One of them is the S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra, and the new S25 Ultra. Drop your guesses in the comments as well, and I will reveal them in just a moment. There are three main reasons why companies do this. Now the first reason is obviously marketing and the physiological effect of new. And this Reddit post summarized this whole point. Apple fanboys, when Apple drops the same phone 10 years in a row and throws money at them for the same phone just to brag, they got the new phone that does the same exact thing. And before saying Samsung is better, just see the first reply. I agree with this, but now Samsung is no better. I used to love Samsung, but them removing the headphone jack SD slot was the last straw for me. Now they are really no better than Apple. And as a reply, as a Samsung user, I don't buy a new phone but every 5 or so years when the battery stops holding a decent charge, which is a solid point. So that's the first reason why companies keep releasing new phones every year. But reason 2 is more serious, as it involves stock price and investors' pressure. Smartphone companies don't just sell phones, they sell stockholders' confidence. And if they skip a yearly phone release, revenue dips, and when that happens, investors panic. An example for showing how important yearly releases is this. As you can see, a significant portion of Apple's revenue comes from iPhone sales. In 2024 alone, Apple have sold $201 billion worth of iPhones, and that accounts for more than 50% of the total revenue for the year. Reason 3 is carrier contracts and financing plans. Let's be real, the average person doesn't have $1,000 to spend on a phone every time. So they go with a carrier financing plan, breaking that $1,000 into monthly payments. Even though this upgrade seems free, it is just another cycle of debt. Carrier financing plans make upgrading your phone super easy. You don't even question it. The average consumer thinks, well, if I'm paying $30 a month, why don't I get the new one? And for this exact moment, the new one. Companies keep releasing new phones every year. Now moving on to minimal upgrades. What's actually changing? Now before we start, this is the results for the quiz we did earlier. Did you get them right? Let me know down in the comments. Now let's take a look at what really changed from this generation and last generation from Apple and Samsung. And spoiler alert, not so much. Starting with the copy-paste iPhone 16. Apple really copied the iPhone 15 Pro Max, slapped the 16 on it and called it a day. 4 new things only. First, a whopping 0.2 inch more display. That's crazy. That's not even noticeable. Second is bigger battery, even though the iPhone 15 Pro Max battery was amazing enough. Third is a new chip, which the previous chip was already great, so you wouldn't even notice the difference. And the biggest upgrade, the ultra-wide camera is now 48 megapixel, even though, like I said, it is not a big of a difference. If you already own an iPhone 15 Pro Max and you just hold the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you wouldn't even notice anything. What about Samsung? Samsung basically took the S24 Ultra, added rings around the cameras, made it more round and called it a day as well. What changed? This is crazy. 0.1 inch more display. What? Slightly faster chip, which like I said, the S24 Ultra is already fast enough. And wait for it. An upgrade for the ultra-wide camera. Didn't I just say that? At this point, Samsung and Apple are playing it very safe, while other companies are competing for innovation. Now, if these minor upgrades didn't make buying a new phone feel pointless, the next one is going to be much worse. And before we jump in, please like the video if you found it interesting so far. Moving on, the 7-year software update. Remember when you used to upgrade your phone every 2 years just to get the latest software update? Now that's changing. Samsung is now offering 7 years of software updates. 7 whole years. And Apple is offering 5 to 6 years of software updates as well. Fun fact, the iPhone XR that I'm using right now is also updated to the latest software from Apple. That's crazy. So here's the question. If companies keep offering new software updates and the hardware updates are not much of a difference, why do we really need a new phone every year? The answer is exclusivity, and it is coming in the next point. Now, the shift to AI and software updates instead of hardware. So if the hardware upgrades are not exciting anymore, for sure the AI stuff would be, right? Well, not exactly. AI is marketed as the next big thing, and for sure it is the next big thing. But why don't we actually get everything at launch? When Apple introduced Apple Intelligence, it sounded game-changing. But surprise, surprise, it is coming later. The iPhone 16 shipped without Apple Intelligence inside, and it was promised as a big feature coming in the next software update. And Samsung is no better. They are shipping the S25 Ultras with Samsung Galaxy AI, but here's the twist. This is not free. It is free until the end of 2025, and then it will be a subscription-based AI features. And one sad but frustrating thing is that this new AI era of the phones is only exclusive to the new phones. So iPhone 15 is getting some AI stuff, iPhone 14 is not getting a lot of AI stuff. Even my iPhone XR that I said that has the latest software update doesn't have any of the new series stuff at all. And Samsung is doing the exact same thing. But maybe the chip of the phone has something to do with this. But really, they gatekeep these features only exclusive to their new devices just to make you upgrade to their newest and latest devices. So if you buy the Samsung S25 Ultra for the AI features and after a year, you have to pay to use them, then why upgrade? The answer is simple. It's not just about innovation, it's about profit. So do we really need new phone releases every year? I don't know, but all I know is most people change their phones every 3 to 4 years. I even had my iPhone XR since launch, and I just now upgraded to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which I'm recording on right now. The iPhone XR really held very well at this point, and I still use it to this day, and it's working just fine. Anyway, is this the year you upgrade your gear from Apple? Then check out this video where I share every new product coming in 2025. See you in the next one.